Hi, it's Faye here from Faye's Journal Emporium. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a new journal that I'm very excited to share with you. It's a vintage beach themed journal, and I got the idea. I used to read the Bobbsey Twins books when I was a little girl, and my mother had read them when she was a little girl. And there was one called the Bobbsey Twins at the Seashore. And I saw this book on eBay and purchased it, thinking that it would be the perfect journal for, or the perfect book to use for the wonderful vintage photos I have of kids at the beach. So my very favorite season is coming up. I love summer. I love being at the beach. I love the ocean. So this was especially fun for me to make. The journal measures 5 inches by a little over 7.5. It has 3 signatures with 172 pages and 3 glassine envelopes, or glassine bags, one in each signature. So I have sewn the signatures into the spine, and the spine was really kind of spotted and not very attractive. So I went ahead and painted some canvas and the dark green that the lettering was, and went ahead and adhered that after I had sewn the signatures in. And the back, I have used a few stickers on that pertain to the beach. This is a specimen label that talks about a box of dry shells. This is a ticket for Newport to Providence on the Experiment, which is the name of the ship, and then the date is May 28th, 1923. This book was actually copywritten in 1919, I believe, or 18. I'll check. It ties shut with a dyed rayon seam binding that I tried to get as close to the color of the book as I could. And there are, as I said, 3 signatures, and each signature has its own little charm and divider. So let's get started. I've used some papers from various digital makers. You'll notice the Artie Mays, another's Victoria Designs, Antique Paper, Mad Paper Crush, Tailor-Made Journals, Junk with Stuff, Graphics Fairy, which is what this is. And I'll try to mention those as I go along. The very first chapter is called In the Ocean. And the little charm is a little seahorse. And this is an illustration. It's a copy of the illustration. This is actually the color that the book pages were. It's, as I said, a very old book. And the pages were so brittle that I couldn't use them. So I copied them. And this was the front piece with... Now we must hurry home, said Mrs. Bobbsey. They had gone on a shell hunt, and they were using a donkey cart. That's the only illustration that was in the book. And then the Bobbsey Twins at the Seashore. There's lots of journaling space. As I said, I've used several digital kits and done a lot of photographs in here. And I wanted to have room for people to journal, so I have put a lot of tags and things like that that are blank on the back, so you have additional journaling space. It's one of my favorite pictures. I think these little girls are so cute. This paper is from Victoria Designs, and I just thought it was perfect because it had the blank area behind where I could put the photos. This is a page from Antique Paper. She had 2 kits that I used some pages from, and I purchased those on Etsy. She's no longer on Etsy. I do know that her, a couple of the papers are in a Stamperia pack now that she has designed, I believe, for Stamperia, because they look exactly the same, and I'll point those out to you. I thought these were little friends on the beach. And this is tailor-made tailor-made journals, her tea-dyed papers. This is one of the antique paper ones that is now on the Stamperia paper. It's really pretty. Journaling space there. Here's another wonderful photo. It's probably in the early 1900s. Some tea-dyed paper. These are from Mad Paper Crush. And it's her lighthouse kit, I believe. You'll see the lighthouses in here. And as I said, this is a page from the book, and it's the ocean, so that's why I said this was the ocean. And then this is from Artie Mays. And here's a ticket from Artie Mays, or a tag, large tag. And then this is from Mad Paper Crush with the lighthouse on it. And then these are Victoria Design also. And then I found these on Graphics Fairy. There's 3 little boys. They're tulip soap ads. They just looked really cute. And all of these are where you can write on the back. It's another wonderful photo. Love the bathing suits then. It's from Artie Mays. There's journaling space on a lot of these pages. Page here. This flips out. Done some stitching on that. And then I have, as I said, 3 glassine bags in here. And then there are different illustrations from the Graphics Fairy. This is a coral, I believe, or fern, sea fern. And then this is the Lesser Tern. Journaling space on the back of those. And you could actually journal on these pages too. Here's another one of my favorite photos. The little girls look like they're having a great time. There's journaling space here. This again is Mad Paper Crush. It's another little photo. More journaling space, and then some more journaling cards with the birds, and then this is a shelf. Tea-dye paper, and then I've made one of these for each signature. These were copies of cabinet cards that I thought were really, really cute. And then there's journaling space on the back of that. Love this. He looks like he's just ready to go, having a great time in the water with his pail and bucket. And then this is from Graphics Fairy, and I love that little boy with his sailing ship. More tea-stained paper. Another girls looking like they're having a great time in the water. And then there's little tags here that you can journal on the back. Those just tuck in here. And then I used parchment paper on some to print on. This is the one I was talking about that's now in a kit from Stamperia paper pad. And there's a little envelope here that you could tuck something in. Love the seahorse. There's another little girl with her parasol, and you could journal here. And then each section has some of this is from the Graphics Fairy, and there's a large postcard. This was Mad Paper Crush, and then this is from Graphics 45, a kit, oh gosh, paper pad a long, long time ago. And there's journaling space on the back of that. Just thought the colors went well with it. And there's the book, the back page from that. And the second signature has a little turtle because the second signature is called Fun in the Sand. And there's a couple, again, a tuck spot. This was part of the Victoria Design kit. And then this again is from Graphics 45. And I love the picture of the kids playing in the sand. It's really cute. He's having a great time. Again, this is another one of my favorite pictures. And I called it Fun in the Sands because these are copies of the pages from the book. And then again, we've got another set of tags. This is from Artie Mays. And this is just plain. You could journal on all of that. And then another little shell tag. And then another little boy with a telescope. Or binoculars, I guess you'd call it. There's a couple little fish on this. This is Artie Mays from her kit. It's such pretty paper. The girls are running and having a good time. And this is the second one of those little cabinet cards. And she looks like she's enjoying herself too. And then this is from Artie Mays, and I thought the outfits kind of went with what was here. It's another picture. And then this is an envelope that was from that kit from Artie Mays, and I did this with the butterfly journal that I just made. As I said, if you didn't watch that video, I was mentioning that when I was a little girl, you had envelopes that matched the paper that was inside, and I used to think that was just the greatest thing when you got a stationery kit and you could match everything up. So I went ahead and used the page that this was from and made some stationery that you could journal on the back. And then just tucked it into the envelope so that it matches up. And again, some more journaling cards. And you've got space on the back of those. And the little boy with his sailboat. And this is from Junk with Steph. She has a whole pack of paper that's different aqua colors. And again, Mad Paper Crush. And then you've got room there. This is a really old photo. I think this is even older than this, probably early 1900s, because I have photos of my mom at the beach in around 1917, and they had more abbreviated costumes by then. Journaling space here, another couple of cards, seabirds, and some lighthouses and shells. Paper. Then you could even add your own photos on some of these backgrounds if you wanted to. There's another little cute little girls on the other side of that from the delineator. And there's the turtle, again from the Stamperia papers. Here they're out on a big adventure, playing in the sand with their buckets. Journaling space here, and a day at the beach, a little poem. And then I just thought she was so cute with that little ball that she was playing with. And Fun in the Sands, and it said, I felt like a rubber ball, she said as soon as she could speak, and Bert caught me on the first bounce. So I thought that was kind of appropriate to stick that photo there. You could put paper over the top of this and journal on it if you wanted to. I just thought it might be fun to read part of the book. And then she's on the sand with her little bucket. And there's a couple more little tags in here that I've paper clipped in. Another journaling space. And then there's another seaweed and the birds with journaling space on the back. And then the last chapter, that one was called A Day at the Beach, is about, it's called The Shell Hunt, and that was the chapter in the book. So there's a little shell here. And then you've got the two lighthouses with journaling space on the back of those. Some more photos. This mother was really, really smart to have these kids with their ice cream cones in the water so they wouldn't be dripping all over everything else. And they could clean up right away. It's a penguin. not a penguin, a pelican, I'm sorry. Some more journaling space, another couple of girlfriends ready to go. And then this was the cover of Time magazine back in the, I believe, sometime in the 50s or 60s based on the costumes. Some more tickets in here. Some more coral, another little envelope. Again, page from the shell hunt. And it looks to me like they might be hunting some shells. Based on the costumes, I'm thinking probably around 1910, 1915. A couple more cards you can journal on. Birds, and these are cowrie shells. I love this picture of a little girl listening to the sea. That came from Graphics Fairy. A couple more cards. More birds. Journaling space on the back of those. Journaling space here. I thought they looked like they were looking for shells for sure. And then another stacked envelope with journaling space on the back of all of these tags. There's one with the lighthouse and another shell, and then that third little boy with his sailboat. And then you've got some space here, and there's a little sea lion. And there's the third of those cabinet cards. These little boys posed with their shovels and sitting on the rock ready to go. Look like three little brothers. And then this last picture, and this I think was taken on the boardwalk, probably at Atlantic City or somewhere. These girls look like they're from my time frame, probably in the 40s, 50s. This looks like one of the outfits I had. More journaling space here, journaling space here. And then these little guys down on the beach having a good time. And then the last photo I thought was just too precious not to put in. This little boy with his sailboat on his way out. And then you could journal here, and then the last little tuck spot has a couple more journaling cards. Space on the back. And again, this is from Graphics Fairy. So that's her. I had an absolute blast making this journal. As I said, it's one of my favorite subjects. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and thank you for watching, and have a good day. And she will be available in my Etsy shop. Thank you.